Hello everyone, today we are going to look at the opaque versions of PR101. So Venetian Red, Indian Red, Lunar Red Rock, English Red Ochre, and English Red Earth. I don't have the Italian Venetian Red. I didn't want to have it, so I'm sorry that I cannot swatch it. And I wanted to put also Pymontite Genuine because it's similarity to Lunar Red Rock, so I wanted to put them one by side. So let's start. So the first color is going to be Venetian Red. So let's take it. Today we'll do a little bit bigger swatches. It's a very soft brick red, and I use it a lot in landscapes. When I want something like a soft burnt sienna. It is also very good for skin tones. I like it a lot. So next color would be Indian Red. It's a very opaque color. And it granulates heavily. The Venetian Red also very much granulates, but the Indian Red is something else. You can see the granulation already. Next color would be Lunar Red Rock. It's very close to the Indian Red, but it's more violetty. On the tube, it's also written as red hematite. You can also see the granulation in this color, although I think that Indian Red granulates more. We'll put some more color, maybe we'll see it better. Yeah. Next color we'll put is English Red Ochre. It's a bit more brownish or yellowish than the others. We'll put some more. Don't see it now because I re-wet it before I used it, but it's really hard to re-wet. It's less opaque than the Venetian Red and the Indian Red. But still, it's not so transparent. Next color will be the English Red Earth, which is also less opaque, much less opaque. And it has less tinting strength. And it's also a bit hard to re-wet. You could see that the Venetian red, the Indian red, and the Lunar red rock were really easy to re-wet. And you can also see that this color is more transparent. And it's more granulating than the Venetian red, as you can see here. Next color, the last one, is not a PR101. It's a Pymontite color of Daniel Smith. I will show it. I'm sorry, forgot to move the page. It's a bit close in hue to the Lunar red rock, but it's redder, I think. It's less violet-y, and it has some red undertone and black granulation. It's also a color I use a lot. It's less opaque than the Indian red and the Lunar red rock. And I really like to work with it. Put some more so we can see the granulation and also the red undertones. So we'll let them dry and then look at them. So the swatches has almost dried. So you can see the red undertones in the Piemontite and the oranges undertoned in the English red ochre. I will put them more big so you can see it more clearly. So you can see the softness of the Venetian red. You can see the opaqueness of the full strength of the Indian red, and the softness and granulation, beautiful granulation of the Indian red. You can see the Lunar red rock is less opaque than the Indian red, but it's still very opaque. And it's very close, but it's more violet-y, and it has more black granulation. You can see it over here, over here. And I think it's in the mass tone, it's strong and has some contrast, but in the when it's diluted, it's more soft than the Indian red. Okay. So the English red ochre is more brown. It's like a burnt sienna type of color. It's also not as opaque as the Indian red, but it's more opaque than the dry Venetian red. No, it's not more opaque. It has a bit more tinting strength, because both the Indian red and the Venetian red has different in the tone when it's wet and when it's dry. They both lose some of their intensity. The English red earth is reddish than the English red ochre, and it's pinkish than the Venetian red. I will just put them together so you can see. It's also less soft than the Venetian red and has much more granulation, and it's very light and translucent. The Piemontite Genuine has a lot of granulation. It has stronger tinting strengths than the Lunar Red Rock and the Indian Red, but in the mass tone it's less opaque and has more granulation. You can see the red undertones, and that it has in itself more contrast than the Lunar Red Rock. I will put them together so you can see. One moment. Okay, you can see it over here. The Lunar Red Rock in the mass tone has much more tinting strength, but in the diluted form it has less tinting strength, and also you can see the red undertones of the Piemontite Genuine. So now I will do some color mixes with them. So let's start. So let's start with the Venetian red. And the ultramarine blue. It creates beautiful purple. Let's put a little bit more. And some muted violet. But also the purple is muted. Then we will do the Venetian red with the phthalo blue green shade. It creates turquoise and almost black. It's really beautiful. We'll put some more Venetian red. Yeah, really beautiful turquoise grays. And in some places it's almost black. Really beautiful. So let's move it a bit. Last combination, or maybe not last, but close to, would be Venetian red with cerulean blue, the PB35. I really like this combination. It creates beautiful soft grays. They will separate later, you will see it, and it's really beautiful. I really like it. Let's put more cerulean. And you can see the beautiful granulation of them together. Really beautiful. Next color we will look at is the Indian red. One moment, I will move it. With ultramarine blue. Creates really beautiful purples. Doesn't create a black, but the purples are really beautiful. I really like it together. So then we'll put together Indian Red with Phthalo Blue green shade. Wow, it's a beautiful color together. And again, it creates a moody turquoise, very dark violets. Really beautiful. And now we'll put Indian Red. One moment, I will move it a little bit. With cerulean blue. And you can see again, it creates really soft grays and violets. That are granulating. And of course they will separate, because both of these are very granulating colors. So let's look at all of these color mixes. Really beautiful. I really like them. A moment. Yeah. We'll look at them later when they're dry. Now we'll do some mixes of Lunar Red Rock and Ultramarine Blue. They're very close to the Indian Red mixes. Soft and beautiful. Now Lunar Red Rock with Phthalo Blue. We'll put some more Lunar Red Rock. Wow, it creates really beautiful grays and turquoises. I'm careful with the Phthalo Blue because it has very high tinting strength. Now we will look at the Lunar Red Rock with cerulean blue, the PB35 version. Wow, this gray is really, really amazing. I really like it. Then we'll put on its side the Piemontite Genuine to see the difference. So Piemontite Genuine with ultramarine blue, and you can see the violets and the purples here are a bit different. And you can create almost black with it. Really, really beautiful mixes. Let's move it a little bit. Now we look at Piemontite Genuine. With phthalo blue. We'll have to put more Piemontite because of the tinting strength of a phthalo. Again, very moody turquoises, but also it's very close to black in some places. It's very close to black. Yeah, really great. And Piemontite Genuine with cerulean blue. And this combination is completely different from the other one with the Lunar Red Rock. Want to show one more thing. I want this Piemontite and the ultramarine blue almost in full strength together. Yeah, I remember it creates beautiful, beautiful grays. Yeah. Violets, really, really beautiful. Okay, so let's look at them. Really beautiful. Now we will mix the English red ochre with ultramarine blue. You can see it creates different mixes than before. And again, we almost have a black. Really beautiful mixes. Now we will swatch together the English red ochre with phthalo blue green shade. And again we can see the moody turquoises, although they are softer than the other mixes. Really like, and you can see at some places it's almost black. Then we will look at the English red ochre and cerulean blue. It's a less interesting mix, I must confess. Now we look at the English red earth. This ultramarine blue. And again we can see the violets and the purples. And in some places it's really soft. Now the English red earth, we put a lot of it with phthalo blue. I will try to put less phthalo blue. It's hard because it color with a lot of tinting strengths. And again it creates moody turquoises and some soft violets and purples, very muted ones. And lastly we'll mix the English red earth with cerulean blue PB35, and it will create really nice grays, as you can see, very soft grays. So now we will wait for the colors to dry, and then I will put some pictures of them with the names. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye.